I am a firm believer that we are literally living in the most golden age of comic book media. Like, I'm genuinely not lying. We literally have shows doing its own thing, we have the movies doing its own thing, and it's just pretty much amazing. We have game adaptations as well. There is just so much to explore, and I'm very excited to see more of this comic book media adaptations to genuinely be involved. And Invincible season 3 just literally showed me, wow, what? Genuinely, what the hell? It is literally the best comic book show around. See, I thought season 1 was just perfect at its own, but then when we went to season 2, season 2 was just generally on another level with the whole multiversal events. That was generally very fun to watch. And then season 3 just up levels it. Mark just goes completely blister with his new suit, and just one of the best finals I've seen in a while. Just non-stop action. I won't spoil it, of course, right now, but all I can say is just wow. And the reason why I think Invincible just works is because every single adaptation, when it comes to the issues, it's literally very accurate to the thing, although they do change it a bit to make it more realistic, but they literally know and understand the characters, especially with Mark, Debbie, and then Oliver, of course, which is another great addition, and then Adam Eve. There's just so many characters that they just understand and know what they need to do. Also, when it comes to the pacing is generally phenomenal. Every time I'm just very engaged to see another episode coming out. I am really ashamed the fact that Amazon won't do this thing where they'll just release the episodes all at once, because I'll just definitely watch it. But then again, Invincible is one of those shows where you just get hyped to see another episode each week. I mean, they really messed up in season 2 when we just got 4 episodes and then we had to wait another 4 episodes for around 3 to 2 months, which was generally the worst thing they've done. And I'm really glad with season 3 they just did not do that, because it would really ruin the show. Invincible has a lot of story, so it definitely shouldn't be going through that route, and it has the potential to be one of the best comic book adaptation shows that we will ever see. I think it could be on par with Daredevil, The Boys, Spectacular Spider-Man. To me, it's already up there. And yes, one of the main concerns when it comes to the show is the animation. I understand the animation at times can be really bad, but if you really think about it, we're literally getting a lot of these episodes coming, and there is a reason why the budgets are like that in some occasions. So we have to consider the fact that there is only 10 animators only working in the show itself, which is completely insane. I mean, for a big budget show, considering Invincible, very popular, they should just have more, to be honest. But in order for me to fully review the show, I have to get into spoilers. You have been warned. So I really like the addition of just Oliver being really ruthless. He has the morals of what Omni-Man has, but he also wants to be impressing Mark at the same time. His hunger and strive to just be on par with Mark. And then we finally get into the Mark and Eve relationship, which I think a lot of people have been praying to see. Mark and Amber, don't get me wrong, was still good. The way they wrapped it up was pretty different to the comics. However, I think people wanted to see the relationship between Mark and Eve, because those two are just characters that I think a lot of people wanted to see, because they just had such good chemistry. Adapting that was just probably a really good way to go through. I was also impressed to see Rex as a character. I mean, he was very developed. He's completely different, and his character arc has just shown it likewise. It's very unfortunate that he had to die, but considering he had a lot of screen time in this season, it was just bound to happen. It is quite sad that he's gone, but I think with Rudy taking over with Rex's body, it's a bit weird, but I don't know. It just wouldn't feel the same. But again, it's a very good send-off to a very good character that we've seen. But I also like the fact that this show was completely different to seasons 1 and 2. This time he completely disobeys his orders, and for good reason. But yeah, I'm very interested to see Cecil's character and his development throughout the upcoming seasons, because I'm gonna be honest with you, that ending, he made the worst decision, and I don't know what's going to happen to him. Another character I really did enjoy was Powerplex. Obviously, he was voiced by Aaron Paul, who's basically a king to be playing traumatized characters, so it was just one of the best casting decisions to see that. I was more intrigued to see his character, to be honest, and I'm very excited to see him in upcoming seasons. It's a very brand new take, just to see his perspective. I really like that, and I'm very excited to see his character. And then we move forward to the Viltrumite War. That hands down was just insane to see. Other variants of Mark just destroying the world and just seeing it all go downhill. It's just wow. And they're just doing it for the fun of it. Not even for the fun of it. They wanted to get something out of Angstrom Levi, which again, I was surprised to see him being returning, considering in what happened in season 2. And then we move on to the bit I think a lot of people were excited to see. Mark versus Conquest. People were hating on Jeffrey Dean Morgan's voice for a bad reason, because of that one line and the fact that people were literally stuck and brain rot to the fact that they were listening to that TikTok AI. I seriously don't believe how people really doubt Jeffrey Dean Morgan's performance, because him and the boys was just amazing. I've heard him in Walking Dead was just really good, and the fact that they're doubting him for an Invincible show, some people just need to get checked. But like, bro, there are times where I was genuinely like, what the hell? Like there were generally moments like, there is no way he's doing this. Like he's literally going all ballistic, and the fact that Mark is literally going ballistic too, bro. We're finally seeing him snap, and it's just great to see how the show ended, but then there is so much to set up. So overall, Invincible season 3 lives up to everyone's expectations, and I'm glad that we're going to see more of Invincible the upcoming years. So overall, I'll be giving this a 9 out of 10.